So I'm Kenny McLean. I'm the current president of Walking Football Scotland, which is a charitable organisation. I got involved about 8 or so years ago, maybe more. I can never remember the exact time. But I had been involved in a jogging club local to me. I stay in Stenhousemuir, so I'd been in a jogging club. And there was a fella there. There was only him and I, in fact, with only males in this jogging club. But we sort of befriended each other over the months that we were there. And then I didn't see him for a wee while. And months passed. And when I did eventually meet him again, I asked him why he wasn't at the running. And he said, no, I found a new thing. I'm playing walking football. Now, up until then, I'd still been playing five-a-sides, breaking my ankles and breaking my wrists and cutting my head open and such like as you do in normal fives. And I just laughed when he said walking football. I thought it would be ridiculous. So he encouraged me to come along, and that was it. I get hooked on it, and I've been playing ever since. And here I am now, heading up this charity, which is a complete change of circumstances for me. Well, in Scotland, we play to IFAB rules, but we supplement them with a variety of things because we are trying to focus primarily on the safety of our participants. So, as you would imagine, there is no running. It's a walking game. That's where discipline really comes into it and I found it to my cost when I first started that I couldn't grasp the idea of walking with a football, but anyway, we do. So therefore, you're only allowed 3 touches in the ball, which again discourages those want to pick up a bit of space because you've only got 3 touches in the ball. There's no heading of the ball, so we would encourage either crossbar height, depending on the size of the goals. So if it's usually sort of 6-a-side goals, it'd be crossbar height or head height. And thus, we're trying to reduce, the risks from heading the ball, as we're all fully aware of nowadays. So throw-ins don't happen, they're kick-ins. It's a non-contact sport now, again, for safety reasons. There's a couple of rudimentary laws of the game that we put in for the recreational side. When it comes to competition, there's a couple of other ones which I'll not bore you with at the moment, but it's, as we describe it, it's the slower version of the beautiful game. So when I first started, I play at Stenhousemuir. That's the main place I play. It's where I work. It's where I play. And when I started, there was roughly about a dozen guys turned up weekly for it, roughly around that sort of number. And now at Stenhousemuir alone, I can say that we have on our WhatsApp group, that's always a measure of success at the moment, isn't it? WhatsApp groups. Who's got the most WhatsApp groups? But anyway, as regards our WhatsApp group, or one of them anyway, we have roughly 80 guys on that WhatsApp group. Now, if you think back, the first time we played walking football at Stenhousemuir, not me personally, but they started playing walking football at Stenhousemuir was in 2014. So we've now got 80 guys playing it, but we also have a big women's section. So we have, I think it's roughly around 50 women in their WhatsApp group. And the numbers in their group is rising. It's amazing. So that's just a small snapshot of one club. But overall, we have now, so we offer clubs the opportunity to affiliate with us. Now, we're not a governing body. I always like to impress on that. We're not a governing body. We're a body that coordinates and promotes everything to do with the sport. But we offer competition as well as recreational, which is what people can do in their own clubs, their own spaces. We offer competitions. So we have a league structure. So therefore, to play in our league structure, we invite people to affiliate with us because it then allows us to be able to coordinate it better. We also offer them the opportunity for us to promote their sessions, wherever they may be, and we can offer some equipment and other support from Walking Football Scotland. So we Look at the number that we now have affiliated to us. So we have got nearly 160 clubs affiliated to Walking Football Scotland. And from their numbers, we did a recent survey, and we're estimating this, but we reckon there are at least 6,000 people playing walking football throughout Scotland. And probably, like myself and most of the folks that play here at Stennismuir, probably twice a week. So I think those figures speak for. There are a couple of things that have branched off from it. For example, here today, in fact, I'm in Ochilview, Stennismuir's home ground. Today we have what we term super vets. So that's really, if you think on football being a journey, as the SFA like to claim it is nowadays, from the cradle to the grave almost, hopefully not at the ground, you're able to now look at starting football as early as 18 months, like we do at Stennismuir. You've got a tots idea. And then you go through to your adulthood, and you might be playing 35s, you might be playing amateur, junior, or whatever, or senior football. And then you break away from that and you think, that's my time playing football over. Well, it's not, because we've got walking football. So people are playing walking football and they're getting fitter again. And some are now realising they can actually run once more. So super vets came about. And as I say, just today we have it here. We have it a variety. We don't really coordinate the super vets. That's really clubs in their own behalf are doing that nowadays. There's not a great deal, as far as I'm aware, that do it, but I know that it is picking up around the country. So we've got guys here playing basically a game of fives. Well, I think there's about 12 of them. So they're playing six-a-side today on the hallowed pitch at Ochilview. So yeah, it just shows you how that journey is going. That we've got people fitter again, and that's one of the massive benefits of this sport. Yeah, so we promote the game for older adults. We say that it's for women over 40 and men over 50. However, we don't want to preclude anybody from being able to participate in the sport if basically they want to play the sport, but also if it's somebody younger than, let's take the men for example, younger than 50, who by playing the sport they feel that they would benefit from it physically, socially, mentally. So we don't say no. Sorry, we've got guys today here playing super vets who are in their 40s, but they come along to the walking football as well. And one of them has had a heart attack. One of them has had cancer. So there's two guys that come along just because they heard about it and they just wanted to try it and they love it now. So it's not as if it's solely for those age categories. Oh, you've got to be a woman over 40, you've got to be a man over 50. It's not like that. It's really a sport for everybody. The health benefits, well, we got some analysis done years ago, and it was proven that playing any sport, I mean, let's face it, it's just another sport, but it's that the fact that it's for older adults, I think, is quite pertinent. But it does reduce any high blood pressure that people may have. It does help with your balance, with your weight, your flexibility, and all other benefits that you can imagine from a brisk walk around the football pitch, where you're maybe doing, so as we do here, maybe doing some stretching exercises beforehand, but you're still being mobile, you're being active on a football pitch, and that obviously has immense health benefits. Yeah, and it's one that when I'm talking about walking football, I talk quite a lot about the social side of it. Yes, I've just said there are massive health benefits, but the social side for me, I think, is quite a big part of it. Is a very big part of it. And I have to take here at Ochilview again as an example. So we have roughly around 80 guys in a WhatsApp group. They don't all turn up to play football at the one time, fortunately, because we don't really have the capacity here to take 80 guys. But they turn up for our social events. So almost every month now we have a social event, and that is well attended. You can at least guarantee the 80 guys will turn up for that and maybe bring a friend along or more. And or the women will come along to join us as well. And then we have our couples nights. So you're then getting a bigger social circle where the women are meeting the guys, wives, and so it goes on. But it's the camaraderie, it's the friendship that evolves from our sport that grasped me. We always encourage those clubs that affiliate with us and those that don't that know of us, we always encourage them to ensure that after a game, after any session of walking football, that there is a cup of tea or coffee, biscuits, cake, whatever, and a sit down somewhere together, not for a post-match breakdown, really just to keep the banter going from what was occurring on the pitch to continuing in a nice other social environment. And that is, for me, is where the friendships and the camaraderies always start to grow again or grow from there. The guys here will probably say otherwise, but I always say that I now have a massive social circle as a result of walking football. The guys might not accept that I'm their friend, but I think they're my friends. Very well, actually. So we are very fortunate that we have an understanding with the SFA that we can use SFA approved referees. And we have a bank of, I'm putting the spot here, I think we've got a bank of roughly around 10, maybe 12 referees that we can call upon. Now, to bring them up to speed, which is a bit of an ironic comment, but to bring them up to speed with how we play the game, Matt Ramsey, one of our trustees in the board of Walking Football Scotland, he devised a workshop for them. And we have had all our referees in on the workshop, so they understand the rules now. And we have had a core number of referees now for at least 5 years who know exactly what they're doing now with regards to the rules, and they implement them very well. Not to everybody's liking, and by that I mean, the participants. I wasn't running. Well, you weren't walking either. But yeah, so we have the bank of referees who are excellent referees. They really are. And they're up to speed with everything, as I say. They know what they're doing now. They're very well liked as well. I know that sounds bizarre for referees, but they are well liked by the majority of the participants at our competitions, because we don't, at recreational sessions, it's entirely up to the club or the group whether they want to self-regulate the play or not. So again, go back to here at Oakland View, we have a couple of guys. In fact, we have one SFA referee that plays here, and he doesn't always referee here because he likes to get a game. But we have other guys that maybe haven't done the refereeing course, but they're quite happy to just referee and try and temper that opportunity for guys to want to run. So it's good that they want to step in and do that. Well, regards Chess Heart Scotland, that started about 3 years ago now, I think it is. They came to us through Matt Ramsey. He met some CHSS reps at Drumchapel at a session there, and they were doing some health checks. So he was talking to the people that were there, and then they learned a bit about Walking Football Scotland, and we got together, had a chat about things, and they saw the massive benefits, as we've spoken about already, that could be gleaned from playing our sport. So they saw us as being a great match for their signposting of people that have suffered from, obviously, stroke or heart attacks and such like. They saw that as a great signposting opportunity for them. And if you go onto the Chest Heart Scotland website, you'll see that there is always comments about walking football, or articles rather about walking football. So we made that contact with them. They thought it was great, and then they came along to our Scottish Cup, and from then they have supported it by sponsoring the Scottish Cup every year. and they sponsor this year's Scottish Cup, which is taking place on Saturday the 7th of June. And I'll promote that because, once again, it's the biggest walking football event in the world. We have 92 teams coming along to play. So if you take it roughly around a squad of 10, you're kicking nearly 1,000 people come along one day to play walking football at Glasgow Green to then lift the Scottish Cup. And more self-promotion. For the last couple of years, our over 70s here at Stenhousemuir have lifted the Scottish Cup. So there we are. And the defibrillators, I mean, it's just a fantastic idea, isn't it? I would like to think that the majority of clubs would have defibrillators, but that's not always the case. So it's great the fact that we've now, through yourselves in Chest Heart Stroke Scotland, have got that opportunity to be able to offer these defibrillators to any of our clubs on our sessions throughout Scotland. It's going to be a massive bonus to them. And if I like the fact that they are mobile ones that they can take with them if they're going elsewhere. They might be going to a different location than their normal one. So it's going to be fabulous that that opportunity is there for people to have a defibrillator, because there's a vital piece of equipment. And we know, because it occurred only a few months ago at Tory Glen, where somebody was participating in one of our events and did suffer a heart attack, and the defibrillator was used. So it's been, it's a fantastic idea, fantastic initiative. So we look forward to getting these out pretty soon to all our clubs, or most of our clubs, should I say, because they don't all need them. But yeah, it's great, and we thank you for that.